Christina, a guitar player from Berlin, and today I would like to give you some recommendations for equipment if you're starting to play jazz guitar, because it's crazy, so much stuff to buy, so many mistakes you can make. And so I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I love and also some things that you can avoid doing with that equipment, because it can be kind of tricky sometimes. So many guitars and amps and cables and picks and straps and tuners, and the list is really endless. And in this video I want to help you choose which stuff do you really want, and I'm sharing the stuff that I'm using for years, which is not so expensive, but it does make a difference in the overall sound, and just want to help you stop shopping and start playing and practicing the guitar. Very often when we start out to play the guitar, we don't really hear if the guitar is out of tune, but it's very important to train ourselves to hear how it is supposed to sound. So get yourself a good tuner and don't use your smartphone. Here's a tuner I've been using for years. It's not very expensive and you can get it really anywhere, and don't use those apps that everybody is using. I want to show you in a second the difference between the two devices, because they really do not have the same accuracy, and you want to have a very accurate tuning on your guitar. Also be sure that when you're getting a new guitar, and I'm going to talk about guitars in a second, that you set it up with a luthier for once and that you get new strings, because the strings on the guitar that you buy, it really doesn't matter how expensive they are, most of the time come with very cheap strings. So get yourself some strings, I'm playing those D'Addario strings forever, because they have a wounded G string and that I like that sound, but then you can't bend. But you know, even if you get those strings on your guitar and leave them for 5 years on it, it will be better than to leave the strings on the guitar that the guitar came with. So get yourself some strings and go to a luthier and get the guitar set up, because to make things even more complicated, if you are able to tune your guitar and all the strings will be perfectly in tune with your tuner, it still doesn't mean that all the notes on your fretboard are going to be perfectly in tune, because that has something to do how the guitar itself is set up. One thing that is very handy about this tuner is that you can put in your cable into input, not into output, but into input, and then you can tune your guitar, and the noises that surround you don't register in the tuner. Be sure that you have it on 440 Hertz. That's a standard tuning. You can put it on another Hertz, like here, and it can, if you put it on 446 for example, and don't realize that you pushed those buttons, you still be out of tune with most other guitar players who tune to 440 Hertz. So just be sure you do that. So it's not as bad as it seems, right? But still, sometimes this tuner is a little bit more sensitive, and trust me, this little bit makes a huge difference. So I would really highly recommend get a tuner, and also always tune your guitar every time you take it into your hands, even if you have been tuning it yesterday. Normally you tune your guitar every time you take it out of the bag, because it's wood, and wood works depending if it's getting warmer or colder, and just think about your guitar as a human being. I want to show you 3 different types of picks. They are all made of plastic. There are wooden ones and stone ones. I would forget them for the start, but the plastic can be very different. So let's start with the Jim Dunlop pick. Let's continue with this sort of a cheap pick from Justin. And let's end with this pick, which is sort of a custom pick, and let's hear how it sounds. So it's great to have a pick that is not so flexible like this one, but rather a little bit more, I don't know the word, stable, a little bit less flexible. And also be sure that you look out for the shape. So you can already see with this pick, which already pisses me off. So you can see it is already kind of a corner. Can you see that? This is really very bad for the sound because the string will hang on this corner and sound differently. One word about cable. This is a very expensive cable. I think it's 120 euros. I really love it. You don't have to buy it. But if you have been buying sort of a package where the cable comes with the guitar, and I don't have a cable like this, but it's very thin, please don't use those cables. They really do sound like crap. If you buy a cable for 8 euros, it will be way better, because if you think about it, you have the amplifier and the guitar and the cable as a connector, and it's important that the cable is okay. And if you're having a very expensive guitar and a very expensive amplifier, maybe you should think about getting a more expensive cable as well, because it really doesn't make any sense to have such high quality equipment and then put all the beautiful stuff through a cable that just can't transport those frequencies. Talking about amplifiers, I like to recommend those small amps. All the big brands have those small practice amps. It's around 80 euros and it has no tubes, so it's very hard to break it, and it has also like a headphone input, which is great. This amp won't help you if you're playing a band with a drummer, but it will help you if you're practicing at home, because it doesn't sound so loud. It looks cute. One word about, and the straps, very important. I like to have leather straps. I have been playing leather straps all my life. I have a third one, and actually they're getting softer with the time, like this one. And I just would, I don't know what's the brand, Harvest. Very good quality. I think if I don't lose it, I will have it for the rest of my life. And it's very soft, which I like, and it's also rather broad, you know what I mean? So don't buy a small strap that is hard, because you will get pain in your shoulders, and you just want to be comfortable with the strap that you're playing. So I will make another video about jazz guitars. I'm still waiting for my own jazz guitar. I bought a new Ibanez John Scofield model, but there's also another model from Ibanez which is really cool. It's about 700 euros and it's a very good guitar for beginning guitarists, but also for advanced guitarists, and I think you can play a long time with it. That's it for today. I hope I could help you a little bit with all the stuff that I showed you. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye!